What game? Oh. Trying to adjust the volume for me. Because I actually, it was pretty low. Wednesday. It's a new day, everyone. And we have to do my favorite character, Lord Shadow. I haven't seen him in forever. I think I'm almost done with him. Makes me sad.
There's a strange heaviness to Shadow Lord today. He's not his usual dark, cheery self.
Dark tidings, Penumbra.
What's up?
The news I carry may be troubling to you.
What's wrong? What is it? Tell me.
I have found the final armament piece.
Why is that sad? Don't sound happy.
Once I don it, my true power will be unleashed. With that, my final form shall be revealed. You may be surprised by who I become.
By who I become Shadow the Hedgehog. Do your worst.
Shadow Lord bows his head, falling silent for a few moments before he begins his incantation.
The die is cast. Let us begin.
It's okay.
The void, heed my call. Bend to my will and reforge my soul. Let darkness incarnate reign supreme once more.
Yes.
Shadow Lord vanishes from your view with a flash of black smoke. The Shadow Lord you once knew is gone, replaced by what appears to be...
It is complete.
This is his true form. Oh my god.
Some nerd?
Some nerd. Who are you? Shadow?
As I suspected, you wouldn't recognize my form as it is now. It's me. It's me. XXX Shadow Lord.
XXX Shadow Lord.
XX. But my real name is Skips.
Skips? What the fuck, Elgato? God hates me today.
If you have any questions, ask. What do you want to know? His name was Benji. Is Benji. He's the one who invited me to the group. The chat room. He was really encouraging with everyone's roleplay, especially mine. Yes, it was nice. There was an eclipse and we were able to join our forms. I hope wherever he is, he's happy. Yeah, probably. It's a handle. You know, like
Online name?
My friends and I would chat with each other online using DIM.
Dim? What's Dim?
Oh, DOL Instant Messenger.
Wow. He's old. What's DL?
Darkness Online.
Darkness
Too
Online.
young to know what that is? Yup. I wasn't kidding when I said Shadow Lord was a popular name. You know how many shades are out there? We're all darkness. Some work in collectives, while some occupy a whole house to themselves.
Who is Skips?
That's my real name. Skips Shadley.
Skip Shadley. This is the real you?
Yep. Told you you'd hate it.
No, I don't hate it. It's kind of lame. I don't hate it.
I'm not actually the Lord of all Shadows. My friends and I love role-playing, so we made characters to chat as. Not real, but wasn't it nice feeling like you were making progress? I was excited to talk to someone again.
It's okay. I'm gonna cry. This is so cute.
Ah, gross. Well, maybe that's okay. Well, that was actually the most accurate thing I've said. It was slow and sudden at the same time. Maybe it was happening the whole time, but I didn't notice. But it doesn't matter. The fact is, my friends all stopped hanging out with me. You know, we just grew apart. Guess I was hoping that didn't apply to me, being unalive and all. How do you accept that your friends aren't your friends anymore?
It's hard.
Question for another time. So, are you mad at me?
No. Could be a little.
I get it. Do you still want to hang out with me?
Yeah.
Well, that makes me happy. We can do whatever. Chat, play hangman, chill. After all, we don't have to worry about time anymore. Well, because I'm going to turn you into a shadow. Now that I'm up to full power, I can reconfigure you. That way, we'll be together forever. Yeah, but the powers of darkness are very real. Now, become untethered and enter the void.
No thanks. I don't even have an option.
It'll be fine. You're not like the others. You won't leave me like they did. Like Benji did. And we'll be together forever. Trust me.
Okay, Jasmine. Move on.
Oh, you chose correctly. Now, let the dark ritual commence.
Skips holds his hand out to you.
Penumbra, join hands with me.
You take his hand as directed. It's hard to tell, but you could swear you see a blush spread across his cheeks.
Ooh, excellent. Be untethered from the warmth of light and submit thy soul to the chill of night.
Am I gonna die?
Be one with the darkness.
Skip's grand incantation ends, but there's no puff of smoke or flash of light. You certainly don't feel any different.
It'll work.
This can't be. Why isn't it working? Aren't you fully attuned with the shadows? No, that's not right. If you can't become a shadow, how can we truly be together? For you, it is.
Okay.
You have so many other friends to talk to. I only have you. Why do you have to go in the morning? Why can't you just stay and be with me?
He has abandonment issues. Ah, was abrupt.
The fiery figure
Hello?
that stands before you nearly defies description. He's fire given form, but despite the hot air that radiates from him, there's something decidedly chill about his entire being.
Hey, what up, hot stuff?
What's up? It's the Human Torch.
It's about time we sparked up a conversation. I'm Dante.
Dante.
Boys.
Dante's Inferno.
Sure, we just met, but you could think of me as an old flame. Of course, the hearth is the heart of the home. I see what you're doing.
See what
Gotta
you're
get me
doing.
fired up too. Nah, not like that, you little freaky deaky indoor dork. Fired up to teach, and you need my help.
Teach you what?
Yeah, but it's all good, because I've been waiting for the perfect student. Yup, if you really want to up the ante in this love hunt, you need to work on your pickup lines.
Oh.
Yup, it's not always gonna be so easy as firing up those specs and talking someone's ear off. Be it love, friendship, or hatred. The sizzling art of the pickup is all you need. I'm the master, and you're the perfect human to pass the torch to.
Be right back. Okay.
Hell yeah. Just look at you. You're the exact right amount of smooth and rough around the edges. Like a piece of firewood. Full of potential. But right now, you're also kind of a soggy stump. I can make you crispy, baby. My point is, that with my help, you got a chance to burn bright. But if you don't learn how to take the first step by talking to someone, you won't ever light the flame. No sweat, hot stuff. I think it's time we start the first lesson. If you can handle the heat, that is. Hell yeah! Tell you what, let's start with some punny pickup lines. See what I'm working with here. So what do you think? You up for it? Seems like you're already getting the hang of this. All right, how about this? What up, hottie? Got a light? Because I think you just might be my perfect match.
God damn it.
Huh? Huh? What'd you think?
That was good, that was good. God damn, price a lot of points.
See? It's fun, right? But I just can't send you out there with my trademark material. I gotta show you how to come up with your own. Teach a man to fish and all that. How would you mix it up? Stir the coals, you know? Okay, so what would you change it to? Oh, damn.
That was stupid.
Somehow you managed to make that unfunny and uncomfortable. Congrats. Anyway, that shit doesn't even matter. You see, that was all a trick question. Or, I was just trying to show you that pickup lines can be corny and fun, but not always the perfect opener. Now you're getting it. Tell you what, I'm gonna teach you how to make connections in a deeper way. And your first real lesson in the art of the pickup isn't about some magic one-liner. You're gonna learn how to open the gates of someone's heart, get to know their soul, you know? You ride with me and you're gonna learn how to be smooth, but in a sensitive way. I call this style the way of the flame. Think you can handle it? Aight! I'll give you a day to cool off. See me later for our next lesson, you little firecracker. Later!
Later.
Shelley's endless energy doesn't seem to have lessened any today. When you see her, she's clutching a duster a bit too tightly.
Oh my god, look who it is! I was just thinking about you and here you are. I mean, I thought about you all night after you left and it didn't make you show up, but then like, it definitely worked this time. Huh? You weren't mad at me, were you?
Now.
All love over here, bud.
She's still holding the feather duster so tightly, you worry it may snap. A distinct possibility with all that muscle.
Me? Oh god, hey, so like, I know you've been real busy with things you've been up to lately. Like, sitting on the couch, sitting at the computer, taking naps. But since you haven't really been looking at me, like, ever, it makes sense you might not have noticed. I'm dusty. I mean, like, I'm cool with it. Dust is great. It's so powdery. But it's
So
making me
powdery.
sneeze, and that makes it a lot harder to hang onto these walls, so... Maybe we could, like, live to the fullest and dust me!
Shelley thrusts the feather duster out towards you. Withdrawing her hand so swiftly, you nearly let the duster fall. Your humble feather duster. You've never been all that big on dusting, but this thing does get the job done. Shelley has her eyes shut tightly as she waits for you to dust her. She looks oddly nervous.
I'm not scared. Oh, I've never wanted anything like I want this dusting, Broderino.
Shelley's reassurances aren't all that convincing, but you suppose a little dusting never hurt anybody? Shelley winces when the duster makes contact with her, and once or twice she looks as if she wants to complain. But eventually she relaxes under the duster's touch, and she actually seems pretty pleased with your work. You try to hand the duster back to her, but she shakes her head.
You keep it. Wow, look at us, huh? You actually talked to me, and now you've actually cleaned me. Our relationship is deepening already. You're not gonna leave now, are you?
Would make you less.
Oh, good. Good. Look, buddy. Pal. Boo-boo bear.
Boo Boo Bear, what the fuck?
You're a human being and not a shelf, so like, I don't know if you can understand the kind of stuff I deal with. And that's okay. Nobody understands the pressure of being a shelf. Personally, I love being so unique that nobody gets me. Imagine if I was one of those people who had tons of friends who supported them. Psh, where would I be then?
Not here annoying me? Oh, that's so mean.
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you? That's how they get you. You think just because people believe in me and support me, I'd suddenly shake off the fear of falling? Wow, I'd like to get a taste of some of that positive thinking for myself. Tell you what, pal. Why don't I show you just what kind of life I live? Next time you come back, I'll give you a day in the life of a shelf. And then you can see just how and why I maintain such an impressively sunny and positive outlook. It totally is. See you next time, pal.
The figure who stands before you has the casual, confident air of someone who knows just what she's about. Her short hair glows with the colors of sunrise, and her blue eyes drink you in without a trace of shame or embarrassment. She evaluates you with a hand on one hip, her draped clothing subtly highlighting curves you'd never have expected from your rigid, structured window.
Well, hi there. I'm Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn.
Oh. And you? Well, you're quite the looker, aren't you?
I don't really know what I look like.
Oh, what's the matter, hun? I can't possibly be the first one to tell you that. You're the one looking out at me all the time. Look, I don't mean to be so forward, but I found I'm happiest when I'm transparent about what I want and what I'm looking for. And unlike most everyone here, I've been ogled by humans for centuries. I have had enough attention on me, thank you very much. Still feels the same to me. You like it when humans look at your body and say, "No, I'm only ogling your damn shirt"?
I guess you're right.
Comfortable. Anywho, if I'm having to do one of these introductions, I might as well get this out of the way first. I'm only looking for one thing in a relationship right now.
A bitter rivalry?
You know it. That said, I can't say I'm looking for anything too serious right now. You do? Sorry, Don't mean to be skeptical, but I have a pretty good view from here, and I've barely seen you head outside once. I know there's plenty of fun to be had indoors, but... there's so much to do in this world. So many views to see. Even just the simple joy of a night on the town. Yet here you are, taking a breather, same as me, but you haven't even had fun yet. Oh, I know, cutie, and I don't mean to rush you. I just want to see you live a little, that's all. Stop watching life pass you by. Enjoy yourself. Kiss someone. Kiss many someones. And then maybe, in between your adventures, you can come tell me about all the fun you're having. It's just not for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. A gal's gotta live vicariously somehow. And the view outside here's just dreadfully dull.
She turns from you towards that dreadful view and waits for you to leave.
Champ, champ, champ! How goes it?
But
I guess I don't know how to speak to the youth today. Valdivian would like you to complete an exit survey based on your time here. How would you rate your time with Valdivian? All right, everyone has an opinion. And now that one belongs to us. I appreciate you participating. One more question. If you were to recommend, I don't know, Tom for a job somewhere, how likely would you be to send his resume along? That really means a lot, champ. Here comes my resume if you ever have any leads.
my goodness. Name Tom, hometown Las Vegas, age 39. A half position manager. You had worked at current up position, 0.1 previous employment, general manager, dairy friend, 8 years reason. But dismantled too tall previous employment, assigned manager, dirty dairy wizard 2 years for a reason. For dismantle bad luck previous employment. Managing director, San Francisco Symphony Orchestra. 1 month, reason for dismantle, fraud. Previous employment, managing director, Palo Azul High School. Banned 4 years for reasons dismantled, unknown. Oh, Lava's just got dismantled.
The first word that comes to mind as you evaluate the strange figure
Ah.
standing before you is delicious. You don't even intend to be salacious, it's just he looks edible.
Edible?
His long blonde hair calls to mind ramen noodles, but his entire outfit is a culinary journey around the globe. He looks...
Good
What's
evening.
that?
Do have a seat. I'll be with you in just a minute. Glass of wine? Surely you can do better than that. This fine white has a light body and is rather dry. It's quite acidic. I can virtually taste its origins in the eastern Loire Valley. Dare I guess just outside Chavignol? And as its taste matures on my tongue, I detect notes of honeydew, grapefruit, and peach. And a certain minerality. Flint. Gray salt. Well done. Now, can you do even better? Indeed, an excellent idea. Well, now you're just showing off, and I'm very much here for it. But where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mitchell Lynn, food critic extraordinaire, paragon of the perfect, advocate of the adventurous, and bane of the banal.
New datable food.
Salutations. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Listen, I'm afraid you've caught me in a bit of a hurry. 3 new spots have just opened up around the house. I'm eager to give them a try and see if they measure up to my exacting standards. Say, how would you like to accompany me?
Of course.
Brilliant. So, where should we go? There's a new Hawaiian fusion place in the living room. Daisuke's sushi spot in the dining room is supposed to be pretty swanky. Freddy Yeti has an ice cream joint in the kitchen that's worth checking out.
Mitchell leads you to the dining room. He seems excited, or about as excited as a critic like Mitchell can be.
I've heard only good things about Daisuke's place so far. Let's hope it lives up to expectation.
You walk into a rather austere space, every element seemingly selected for its clean and unpretentious elegance. The counters are of raw pine, finished to a glossy luster. The walls are shoji-style screens, and the doors slide open with a soft hiss that seems engineered to bring you entirely into your sophisticated surroundings.
It's a great game, truly.
A
You
water
should play it.
feature drips delightfully in the background. You feel instantaneously relaxed and intrigued.
Ah, here comes the owner now.
Irashaimase.
Hello.
Daisuke greets you both with a warm smile.
Welcome to Omakase Daisuke. I am pleased to see you both.
Always
I like
nice
this guy.
to see you, Daisuke. It's obvious you've put a lot of work into this endeavor.
Thank you, Mitchell. I have only done what anyone would in my place. The dishware deserves no less than maximum effort. I hope the decor and ambiance please you.
My mind isn't quite made up yet. You do? Seems rather dull to me.
I romanced the safe. What was his name again? Her name again? Sophia or something? All I know is Emma Frost, yeah. I think you can romance everyone without them getting mad, I'm pretty sure. Right now I'm just uncovering everyone because there's 102 people to find.
Understated, you say? Let me take a closer look. Why, you're absolutely right. I thought at first it was lazy and weak to core.
Lazy and weak.
Mitchell continues on,
Oh.
as though he's not heard Daisuke.
But look around you. Perfectly clean, lighting muted but warm. This wood shows the signs of a master carpenter. These chairs have been selected with painstaking care. And as I listen, I detect the subtle dripping of water from a waterfall pond.
That is only Sinclair's chronic drip. But I thank you all the same.
I feel almost as if I've been transported to the Tsukibayashi Jiro. Delightful, simply delightful. Let's move on to your speciality, Daisuke. What are we to make of the settings?
Before we begin, I am obligated to tell you that Scandalabra's stories about the silver are damaging lies and not to be believed.
Candelabra.
Believe the Scandelabra? I'd sooner let Sinclair process an insurance claim for me.
I'm glad we are all in agreement there.
Now let's have a look. We appear to be missing chopsticks.
This is untrue. The
Aw,
answer
man.
is much simpler. Traditionally, sushi is eaten with the hands.
God damn it.
But if you wish, I can bring you some.
All right, let's get down to business. I'm starving.
As the name suggests, we offer only omakase.
I can't wait to see what's in store for us. Okay, now, when the first course comes, let's... Sushi must be eaten right away, within the first 10 seconds.
God damn it, I'm failing.
Here you are.
So bad.
Please enjoy.
Daisuke places a dish before you containing what must be the most hideous, clumsy nigiri you've ever seen in your life.
Oh.
The fish is misshapen, and the rice seems to be falling apart.
What are we looking at, Daisuke?
Is it not obvious? This is eel.
I see.
I love eel. Oh, I hate eel. Why not to be eel?
Glad to know your take. I'll present my own opinions in the review. Now that we've eaten, I think it's time to go.
Oh, strange. Time to sleep. Goodbye. Oh wait, I have a message. Saji.
Valdivianites! Guess who? If you guessed David Most, 3-time runner-up for Business Magazine's CEO of the Year, you'd be right. Team, I just wanted to do a soft follow-up on my recent email regarding my lost sunglasses. I'm happy to report my office has already received hundreds of tips regarding the item's whereabouts and are quickly combing through them as we speak. However, I really must reiterate that the tip line is for verifiable leads only. I saw them in Turkmenistan, or did you check up your butt? While obviously very humorous, detracts from our serious efforts to expediently locate the missing item. In that spirit of camaraderie, anyone who sends a false lead will be downsized on sight.
Whoa.
Thank you for your ongoing support in this matter.
Sounds harsh. Goodbye. It's a new day, everyone. Chest.
An armored
Oh,
warrior
he's so small.
before you, a massive sack of loot slung over his shoulder. He greets you cheerfully, something about his smile and tone reminding you of your own customer service voice at work.
Hey there! I'm Michael Transaction.
Microtransaction?
But you can call me Mikey.
He's so tiny.
Congratulations! Thanks for your purchase of the Date Everything Luxurious Edition. Your purchase gives you exclusive access to new features never seen in the game before.
He reminds me of who's that guy with the in my digital circus, with the teeth for head. Yeah, Kane. Here, that's what this voice actor reminds me of. A little chess guy, and also the Olivian. That fucking. Can you hear your friend?
Exclusive access to the fantastic red shirt.
Red shirt.
Exclusive access to the art book. Exclusive access to the soundtrack.
Yippee.
Exclusive access to phone backgrounds. Exclusive access to Lucinda Lavish. And most importantly, exclusive access to me and my store, baby! Mikey likey! Unlocking access to me means that you gain access to the Date Everything loot box! Each day, you can pull me up to 5 times for my extreme bonus armor!
I need Iron Man to baby him? Okay, sure.
This armor is so powerful that it can raise your spec stats, meaning that you can blaze past huge portions of this game on your path to 100% completion!
I'm boring.
Then you'll love pulling for my armor regardless! It's fun! You can pull for my common boots of true presence. They have a high chance of being pulled.
Oh.
Or you can pull for my epic gauntlets of stardom. They have a small chance of being pulled.
What?
Or you can pull for my legendary cuirass of unwavering magnetism. This extremely rare piece of cosmetics has a tiny chance of being pulled. But it does exist! Trust me, I'm regulated by several gaming boards.
I don't trust you.
It costs a mere 8 brundles for each pull.
Brundles?
Brundles are a special kind of currency that you have exclusive access to.
This is stupid.
I don't know.
Hold on.
But they taste amazing! In order to get your hands on some brundles, you have to spend money. You get 5 money per day. Save up for big pulls.
How can I get money if I don't have a job? Awesome.
You're asking those thinker type questions. I love it. And I always have a great explanation. Oh. Well, you said money with no capitalization. That's totally different from money with the
What?
capitalization. You have
Makes sense.
real money. But just by being at your home, Valdivian pays out its employees 5 money per day as a way of saying
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
Come by when you've saved up enough money and pull me, baby!
Okay. How much money does one have? Credits? No, that's not. Anyway. Let's go talk to Lord Shadow.
Hey.
What's up?
You don't have to do that.
That's
If I was so powerful, you'd be a shadow. Sorry, I'm just so scared to lose someone again.
Aw.
Every time you go, I think, what if he doesn't come back? But my fears subside when you return. Why do you keep coming back?
'Cause I love you. Well, both these are true.
Really? Well, I do like being cool.
It's Such a dork. Yeah, he is.
Well,
Ah, god damn it. I wanted to romance him. Oh, that's fast. Okay.
Oh.
An 18th century
Oh.
dandy strikes a dramatic pose before you, turning this way and that as though modeling in his own imaginary spotlight. He seems quite impressed with himself.
Yes, yes, it's me. It's me. The one, the only Candelabra.
He sounds like an evil villain.
I'm the one, the only. Do you see any other candelabra here? No, yes, keys. Sadly, she seems to be scandal-proof, that one. My little wits.
Scandal-proof.
Certain of it. My lovely lads, my flames, my sentinels. They travel around the homestead and find out all the lovely lies they all speak. No. It's merely a turn of phrase. I mostly just raise my voice. Any good scandals going on over there in the kitchen?
Stay up that candle, man.
They can be quite rude at times, but my persistent brightness can illuminate even the best-kept secrets. Some would call me quite the busybody, but I would then call myself a beacon of truth. Pish posh! You merely
Pish
haven't found the
posh.
thrill of a good scandal.
Okay. Strange. Cool kid.
It's Lucinda
What?
Lavish. She seems to enjoy this hijacking of your intentions.
Tell me, lover, what should we get up to now?
Yeah. Wait, change out. Can you tell me?
I love talking about myself. I'm Lucinda Lavish. I'm the extra cool DLC character who is, well, not really a dateable object per se, but more of a different thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just that little bit better. You've heard me go on and on about it already, but, you know, when you put the question to me like, what am I? It just kind of seems so frivolous.
Frivolous.
Yeah, boy, I'm really messing this up, huh? Yeah, ugh. Why am I laughing so much? This isn't funny. It's always easier when you're playing a role, I feel. When you know what the boundaries are. This kind of just seems a little out of my wheelhouse.
Interesting.
Oh. You're right. Shit. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
And with that, she is gone.
God damn it. How much time I got? One. Okay.
My master of the mystics! You have appeared
Whoa,
before
I have
me
HP.
as you had promised.
Because I haven't played. Right? I never let that know about Kobe. But I don't want to play. By the way, you're too cute. Stay away from me. Just stay away from me. Because I haven't played.
So glad you're here. I knew you wouldn't let me down. I rolled a crit on my insight check of you. Before we start, here's your character sheet. You will be playing the mystical enchanter by the name of Dewey Day Seamal, a hapless apprentice studying at the Arcana Mystica of the Bookshelf Bluffs. Looking at your character sheet, you will notice that you only have 40 health. Don't worry, it won't be that bad. Lux will be a hotshot, using bows and arrows to strike fear into foes from afar. You two will be a great long-distance duo.
What? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
You'll be a hotshot?
I just heard hot.
Right, a hotshot. You shoot arrows.
Like Cupid. OMG cute. Okay, I'm totally in. I'll wear a cute little diaper costume.
Okay, then.
You don't need to wear a costume.
Too late, I'm already changing.
Right, okay, that's fine.
Finish explaining everything. I gotta edit this clip.
Okay, back to the enchanter sheet then. You will see there are spell notches and schools of magic. No need to worry about that really, I made it more for me. Since this is your first time, I'll walk you through what you can do when the time comes. Are you ready to start?
Hang on,
Yeah.
I haven't finished posting.
Okay.
Hurry up. Uh-huh.
Lux,
Do you like this filter or this one?
we're going to start.
Okay, then. Okay, let's do this.
We start our adventure in the study of your mentor, High Enchanter Melville. She is an annoyingly proficient enchanter, and you are lucky to study under her. Only Enchanter Melville is also a hoarder. If you ever needed a magical trinket or a mystical doodad, Melville most likely has it. And after 2 years in their care, you are still relegated to dusting these relics while Melville gives lectures to the spine of enchanters.
Except for me,
Enchanter.
famous.
Okay.
Sure.
OMG, I love this game already. Continue.
The Spine is a group of enchanters that govern the magical world. Melville is one of the foremost researchers and often presents new discoveries to the Spine. You have been doing some magical research on the side, but you have needed some equipment that Melville has to actually get it done. With Melville in conclave for at least another 3 hours with the Spine, you choose now as the time. You go over to your Sack of Possessing, an item Melville knows
Sack of
you shouldn't
Possessing.
have but allows, and you pull out your latest experiment. You found a lamp. Only it doesn't seem to do much. At least, not yet. You sure hope it is.
I found the lamp because light and lamps and glowing. But yeah, I'll let you have it, so you're welcome.
Anyway, you've tried rubbing it, but nothing works. But surely, there is something here that will awaken whatever is inside. Looking around this cluttered study, your eyes fall on a few things that might help you. There's an arcane amplifier that you've seen used a few times. There is the Cosmos Collector that can call on the stars to make things work. And there is the Mystic Manipulator, used to alter the very fabric of an item's makeup. Which do you use? You figure that changing the very properties of the lamp could render the best results. You slide the lamp into the manipulator and slide the protective glass into place around it. It doesn't take long for the lamp to react to the device. First, it starts to glow. It takes on a warm copper look, but then it starts to shake. Slightly at first, but then, boom! An explosion of magic rips the device apart, and white smoke consumes you. Some of the glass
Oh, I'm
catches on
dead.
your skin, and you take 5 damage.
I roll to
Ow.
avoid the damage. What does a 1 mean?
He failed.
That's a critical failure.
Okay, well, I just asked because I didn't roll 1.
What did you roll?
The number that avoids damage to my freshly applied makeup.
Wave your hands, clearing your vision. And that is where you see it. The lamp on the ground, broken in half.
What the fuck?
And floating above it,
Oh.
with beautiful purple skin and muscles that just won't quit. A djinn. You've done it. You released the djinn inside of the lamp.
So,
Is that a good
you
thing?
the one who went off and set me free and all that?
Give me my wishes. Wish number 1, cleaning up.
The djinn looks at you and cocks out a hip. This one has attitude.
Ah, so we're going with rude instead of grateful then, huh? Got it.
They then look down at the broken lamp.
And the one who has the lamp gets the wishes. Except there is no lamp, is there? I'm good. Thanks for the jailbreak.
And with a whirl,
God damn it.
the djinn flies out the window and towards the woods. You realize that this is bad.
Oh my god, can I just say that this is like terrible writing? Like whoever wrote
Wow.
this did like a terrible job. No offense.
You
No offense,
do
so
know
we
I
just-
wrote
I
this
thought it was
one
weird.
shot, right?
Wait, really? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, and I was totally joking. Because it's so creative and original.
Do you mind?
Wow, relax. I am just trying to give you a compliment.
Moving on. Jinns have been trapped in lamps to stop them from being mischievous and using their powers for evil. You have unleashed a great force into the bookshelf bluffs. All of the most powerful enchanters are in conclave for the rest of the day. And if High Enchanter Melville finds out you let a djinn loose, you might as well kiss your education goodbye. What do you do?
How bad could it be?
Using a quick spell to sweep up all the glass and metal, you quickly tidy the study before rushing off to prepare to catch a djinn. In your dorm, your sack of possessing over your shoulder, you start to think about what you might need. But you don't have a ton of time. Your battle wand, of course. You also grab your Tome of Terrible Creatures. Flipping through it, you make sure you find the chapter on djinns. One paragraph stands out to you. It's about metal and the way djinn react to it. It's something to come back to. Oh, don't forget your ringing rock. Someone might call you. You know you can't hesitate for too much longer, so you decide to grab one more thing. Do you want the large red mystery potion? Oh, there is a box with runes sketched into it. It looks like your roommate's. But it also looks powerful. Maybe this will help? Which do you take?
Potion.
OMG, that was such a dimmy move. Everyone knows potions are bad for you.
You grab the potion from your shelf. You instantly remember it was the health potion you brewed last week in class. You pop it open and chug it. You feel yourself recover.
Oh,
from
why
the
would I chug it
explosion.
now?
And then some. You get... Wow! 35 health!
Damn.
Strength coursing
Oh, wow.
through you, you head out the door and toward the woods.
Don't worry about me or whatever. I'm on a cleanse anyway.
You get to the edge of
Cleanse.
the woods and it isn't hard to figure out where the djinn went. A path of trees has been bowled over. The funny thing is, the path seems to be heading toward a very specific location. It is headed for the hut of the groundskeeper, Moise.
Please.
Moise is a bumbling old
Oh.
fool, but has a good heart. If anything happened to them... You race through the woods toward Moy's cabin. Right on the edge of where Moy's cabin would be,
You see Moys.
The
They're
Moys.
tied to a tree, but they aren't resisting. A tiny gnome, Moys has always been kind to you. They snuck you herbs you needed for your experiments and may have helped you destroy evidence of a failed enchantment before.
I set up a drop shipping store for the gnome, leveraging my brand. And because of my incredible popularity, I offer him a 98.2% distribution split.
Anyways,
I call it Zodiac Herbs for astrological abundance. And we make a ton of money.
Oh, I'm fine. You can leave me here. They said they would come back for me. The tools are following the instruction of the Jinn that came through here. Oh, I hope you didn't have anything to do with that.
Hang on, wait, nobody would ever actually do that.
I would.
That is, like, totally unbelievable.
Oh, well, that isn't good. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. The Jinn might destroy us before we even get the chance. All I know is that the tools need my shed so they can build a throne for the Jinn.
they might be able to lead you to the Jinn. What do you want to do? You jump from your hiding spot, and you shout at the tools. What do you shout? The trowel whips around.
Eh? Who is you? Can't you see we're working here?
The other tools stare at you. The trowel speaks up, mostly because the others don't.
Okay, you got our attention. What is it you want?
You better say something sassy and provocative. That's what the algorithm likes.
I'm your employer.
Oh, goodness. Let me guess. He didn't get the permits he was supposed to.
The tools start to grumble.
Is that what this is about? Permits?
The trowel throws his hands up.
Listen, whatever Ginny Jin Jin got himself into, I want no part of it. I'm just a tool trying to do my job, you know. You want to talk to the big guy? By all means.
The trowel walks over to you and points down a path.
Keep going that way. You'll get to the
Good
glade in the
point.
middle of the forest. Can't miss it.
The trowel turns to the other tools and says,
All right, folks, let's pack it in. This ain't no union gig, so we ain't dealing with these conditions.
I see how much boob I can show without triggering a flag to count.
Yeah.
that literally has no bearing on this adventure whatsoever.
Okay, goodness, who died and made you foreman? You're the kid. Untie Moys and let's get to fixing.
With that, you turn and walk down the path that the magical trowel pointed you towards.
I walk in front, so everyone can see me better.
As you make your way toward the glade, your magical senses start to tingle. You see a few pebbles floating in midair. They float up and down, glowing a soft blue. From your education, you know this to be a ley line. It is one of many that converge around the school. You think this is why the Jinn went this way, to amass more power along the ley line. But there might be more to it than that. Still, time is of the essence. You could steam forward toward the Jinn, or stop and do some quick research from your book.
Books are like sexy boob covers. I use them when I want to look like a librarian.
You take a moment to sit down and crack open the book you brought with you. Flipping to the back of the book to find a ley line in the index, you quickly find your page. It says that while they were great sources of power, they can also be a great source of healing. You find a ritual of rejuvenation and you partake. You have gained an additional 15 health.
Control.
Can I have some additional likes? I feel like my ritual of foot picks should give me some.
Ritual of footprints.
Nothing else in the book really helps you, but at least you feel more prepared for what is to come. With your sack on your shoulder and your wand at the ready, you venture toward the glade. You travel for another 10 to 15 minutes. It is then you see it. A glade surrounded by trees, and in the middle of it, the Jinn. He is feeding off of a ley line. Behind him is a half-constructed throne. As you contemplate what to do, you hear a magical tone. You search for where it is coming from. Oh, your ringing rock.
Oh, I get it. The rock is like a phone. And after you're done with it, let me have it for a bit. Then we'll be able to get some real powers.
You quickly search your sack for the ringing rock and answer it in hushed tones.
Oh, there you are. Where are you right now?
That voice is one you would never forget. High Enchanter Melville is on the other end.
I've come looking for you. I need you to help me in the lecture hall. We made a bit of a mess. You weren't in the study, so I figured you are done with your chores.
Why does it sound like you are outside? Is that a ley line I hear? You know that Melville isn't the biggest fan of lying. You have a choice to make. Do you come clean? Or do you hide the truth from your mentor?
We all know what the answer is here.
This one.
You what?
I just want to go on the record saying that I had nothing to do with those.
The ringing rocket's so hot you can barely hold it.
And let me guess, you're off trying to capture it on your own, aren't you?
You hear her signature mumbles along with some choice words rolled in there. All right.
Listen closely. You need to bind this stupid thing. If you do exactly as I say, you should be fine. Mess it up, and you will be blown to bits. Got it?
You listen closely, taking every action to memory, and even repeating it back to Melville.
First, circle the area with soil from where you stand. Then, begin an ice spell, only touch it to the ground. Lastly, recite the haiku of holding. You should know it from class. I'm on my way to you, but you must do this first. Hold tight. I'll be there soon. And don't expect to get off easy.
The ringing rock disconnects. She hung up on you. None of that matters now. You have to complete exactly what she says. You start to follow the steps set out by Melville. The first thing you do is...
I saw this trending. It's a circle of salt or something?
You grab a pile of soil in your hand and, staying tucked in the trees, complete your circle. The next step was to start what kind of spell?
Fire! It's Leo season, and that is a fire sign.
That's a fire sign.
The bitter cold pulses through your finger. You touch the dirt and hear it snap together. Now, the last step. What did you need to recite?
This is a weird, hard magic system. I don't like it. Do you, chat?
There is no chat! It comes to you quickly. It's short and sweet. You hear the spell complete, and you see a dome of magical energy surround the Jinn. You hear rustling of leaves behind you. Melville quickly comes by your side.
The ringing rock has tracking now? Ooh, that's good for location tags.
That's not the point. Can I continue now?
Yes.
She gives you a smirk and a nod. I see you tamed the thing. The Jinn puffs up.
Psh, no one can tame me.
Melville gets a very serious look on her face.
We'll see about that.
Stepping toward the Jinn, Melville holds something in her hand. It's a lamp. Not just any lamp. One covered in runes and etchings.
You have a choice, dear Jinn. Enter the lamp and be trapped for all eternity. Or join me.
Melville speaks to you without taking an eye off the Jinn.
With a Jinn by my side, I would be the most powerful enchanter there ever was. I shall have his power, one way or another.
The lamp starts to glow, and the Jinn begins to be sucked into the lamp.
Make your choice, Jinn, she cackles. Make it now!
The Jinn, with a panicked look on his face, shouts,
I'll aid you. My power is yours.
Whoosh! A flash of light overtakes you. You can't see, but you can hear energy most intense flying around. Before you floats Melville, but she is huge. The Jinn has fused with her, and she lets out an evil laugh. Before I go on, I should tell you, this is the part where I would, like, monologue as Melville. Is it cool if I do that?
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna monologue too.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Lux! Do it in another room at least.
Fine.
Awesome. You're the best. Melville lowers down onto the ley line, seeming to sniff the air that radiates with power. I know you can sense it. The power this place holds. These grounds hold a wealth of energy. Energy that could have us enchanters rule the entire world. Mold it into our image. Could you imagine if every place was as ideal as Bookshelf Bluff? A place where learning was the only goal? It would be glorious, wouldn't it? If only we could make that happen. Oops! We can! The thing is, we've always been able to. But the idiots of the spine want to make sure we use our magic for good. What good? The world is full of evil all around us. From the Shoelace Shores to Cantalopia, evil is everywhere. But we can make it ideal. I can now make it ideal. What I will do will not be found in books. It will not be found in scrolls. The world will learn the peace we have found here, and I will force them to. There is only one problem to clean up first. You. You know my plan, and you could stop me. I can't have that now, can I? Oh, what a pity. It seems I must finish you now. Melville begins to float again. Sling your spells if you want. At least you will die knowing you tried to stop me. Melville flies at you, a spell spinning in the palm of her hand. Only she hasn't quite got used to her new body and powers. The spell goes wild and crashes into a tree. The tree bursts apart, giant splinters flying everywhere. One hits Melville directly in the arm. She rears back, a pained wince on her face as she pulls out the large piece of wood. This gives you time to react. You are panicked and aren't sure what to do. You sprint for the lamp Melville left on the ground. Upon touching it, you see it is covered in runes. A quick scan shows you they are runes of capturing. Put that down, Dewey! You don't know what you're doing with that! Melville is scared of this thing. What do you do? You are instantly glad you paid attention in runes class. The words come flowing from your mouth like water, and with each word, Melville gets pulled closer and closer to the lamp. Stop! You don't have to do this! I won't kill you right now! It is obvious she has never known humility. As she gets pulled in toward the lamp, you hear a voice next to you. Well, ain't that something? You look away from Melville for a moment, and you see Moise and the tools appear beside you. The trowel groans. You destroyed all the works we done did! This distraction, though momentary, makes you slip on the pronunciation of the rune Slimthumplach. That's a hard one anyway. Melville uses this opening to fling a spell at you. It makes contact, hitting you for 15 health.
I hide behind a tree and film the encounter, commenting as I do.
As you are hit, the lamp flies out of your hand, and Melville goes to catch it. Only, it burns through her hand. The memory of the tome comes back to you. Good thing you have metal tools right next to you. I don't know about that, Trowel protests. Moise picks him up and hands him to you. Here you go! He's mouthy, but does good work. You lift the trowel like a magical focus. A grayish silver orb of pure metal collects at the tip of the trowel.
This is kind of awesome, Trowel yells. And you unleash it toward Melville. It rips through her, leaving behind a ring of smoke where it made contact. You've never done metal magic before, so you aren't sure how to summon it quickly. This leaves enough room for Melville to counterattack. With a flash of blue energy, she hits you with an arcane lance. She is still reeling from your hit, so it only hits for 5 damage. You stagger back, pushing through the pain. You lift your eyes toward Melville, and you see the other tools rushing her. Lux, are you going to help?
Someone has to live to upload the tale. I'll be back here.
You get a few swipes in before Melville starts to grab them by the handle and snap them in half. In that moment, as if by magic, Moise appears. Oh, this doesn't look very good. Moise lifts a hand, and vines fly out of the ground to wrap around Melville. It looks like it's holding until plow! The vines are thrown off and burst into flames as they hit the ground. Now I have to kill you too! Die, Moise!
Ah, boys!
Melville charges up an energy attack. You have a moment to react before it flies. You have enough spell notches to do your ultimate attack. Or maybe a higher level metal spell? Or there might be something else you want to do. Oh, well, crit! You step in front of Moise before Melville can unleash her attack.
I step in front of you and strike a hot, mysterious pose. And then I get somewhere safe and out of the way.
One of the tools shouts out, "What are you doing, kid?" You release your hold on the trowel, letting him tumble to the ground. That is all you have time for before Melville hurtles the attack at you. She hits you for... Oh, no. I rolled a crit. That means she hits you for 9
Oh, no!
damage. I'm so sorry. You feel the magic hit your chest, and in that moment, you are known by everything in the universe that ever was or ever will be. The bright light from the attack doesn't burn out. Instead, you open your eyes to find yourself swirling in magical ether. Melville unbound your soul from the earthly plane, but in doing so, released you from pain. Everything is beautiful, and you are in tune with all things. But wait, that's not all.
I bet he's making this up on the fly.
You are zooming through time and space and existence, and you slam into something, and then it is black. You open new eyes, and a voice in your head tells you that your sacrifice has earned you another chance. You see the sky. You feel grass under you. You realize you have been reincarnated. But where and who you are is a mystery to you, and that mystery is a story for another time.
Way to leave me to clean up your mess. Which I am not going to do. My character bows down and becomes a servant of Melville.
So, now you are an evil character and the adventure is over. So, good job.
But I got like 480 new followers. How many did you get?
That was incredible! The way you sacrificed yourself? Holy crit! Oh, that was better than I could have imagined. That was... You are perfect. I'm sorry. That's super embarrassing. If that's how you roleplay here, I'm excited to see how you might like some other roleplay. That was such a good session. Listen, I appreciate you so much, and I would love to play with you again. And I am so damn glad you sat down with me to do this. You're amazing. I need to wind down because that was intense. But please, 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 come see me again soon. I'd love to have you play with my dice again. I mean, bye.
Yeah.
And it's... Nat 20!
I'm good weed.
Penumbra! My friends and I are watching horror movies on Discord. Wanna join us?
It's good, spooky fun with your ever-shadowed friend.
Oh.
Lucinda Lavish stands in your way, her well-endowed body striking a luscious pose.
Tell me your desires. Sure. What are you thinking?
Okay. Good night.
Wow. Okay. You're gonna get the maximum me. Anything else on your mind? You're in for it now, lover. Now that that's out of the way, tell me your desires. Oh, there are so many ways in which I'm the best. But who am I to tell you? Lucinda Laudable will give you the tour. Are you saying my name is a stretch? That people won't get it? Okay, laudable means deserving of praise, which is exactly what I am. Thank you. I am by far the best looking dateable, and it's not even a competition. They spent the most time on me, on this fantastic body, on my incomparable composition. Lucinda Laudable. Let's take a look at a typical dateable. Whoever the fuck this is.
What the
stands
fuck
there
this
like that
is?
the whole time. Whereas I can do all sorts of things with my arms and legs, you see. Okay, so I'm a better friend than Dorian.
Dorian.
Look how interesting I am. Look!
Look. Why doesn't he have dialogue? This is an outrage. I won't have it.
Oh no! A nameless guy can't talk! Nothing's wrong. He's just not as good as me. I'll have you know, I was recorded dead last because I required the most amount of work. It took a team of 20 to make me so irresistible.
Goddamn.
This poor dude can't talk because his lines in my script weren't even written when he was recorded.
Bollocks.
My sexy as hell images have an extra feature that dude bro over here doesn't have. When I
Yeah,
click,
dude
it
bro.
has more frames, making it more realistic. It's like I'm actually here with you on a real date.
This is weird.
That's the power of the best link in the business, baby. For these reasons, I award myself Best cinematography, Lucinda Laudable. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am leaving.
Bye. So, what do you think? Why? Because this side is annoying?
This side is annoying.
Well, then maybe pick different next time.
Yeah. That was strange.
Well.
Ah.
The enigmatic Ember returns for another lesson. You ready?
I don't know why I thought it would be different.
Nice. We're gonna stick with getting to know you, but it's time for a new kind of icebreaker. As you might know, ice sucks, so we gotta break it. First off, what's the worst way to get someone's attention?
All these? All the above.
Right! That's just an insincere and unsolicited form of selfish flattery. And for what? Someone who does that isn't trying to get to know you, they're just being a creep. So the real question is, how do you start a conversation with someone you don't know in a respectful way that also shows you might be interested in them, and hopefully makes them interested in you?
I have no idea.
Tricky,
Say
right?
hi.
That's what we're gonna explore today. You ain't lying. I am fire after all. A flaming hot, hopeless romantic.
Aw,
You know
okay.
what I've seen? How many proposals I've warmed? First date flirting in the living room, Valdiva flicks and chills, wine night cuddle
Valdiva
sessions,
flicks.
bearskin rug rubdowns. Let's just say I've done my research on this sort of thing. And not to mention, well, I'd like to be in love one day. Anyway, I know about fiery connections. That's why I can help you. But nothing could happen without the icebreaker. And the icebreaker is observation and interest. Right. It might seem basic, but first you gotta notice them. But not just that. You can't be like, oh, they're hot, I'm gonna go talk to them. Nah, yo, you gotta really take them in. What's their demeanor? How do they look? Are they with someone? All that and more. Then, use the information you glean to guess what they might be interested in, and lead with that. Alright, say there's somebody you meet for the first time and they're wearing merch of a show or a game or a book, you know? What do? Maybe compliment them on it, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I
what
didn't
could
study.
you immediately follow that compliment up with that's even better? That's a good one. Smile, gently ease into the topic, and you can build a great rapport with them really quickly. So, you learn about, or even better, share in their interest. Make them excited about it. Start that connection by talking with them about what brings them the most joy. What better way to build a friendship? Dope. You get it then. You gotta communicate, you feel me? Let's go to phase 2. Alright, so you made it past the icebreaker. Now you're vibing a little. They mentioned they're going to a concert of one of your favorite bands. What do you say next?
Music is for dorks. What?
That's what I'm talking about, playa. Keeping it nice and casual and taking an interest while showing interest. Smooth. If they say no and they don't really have any friends who are into this band, let them know you might be down to go if they want company. If they say yes, Maybe just tell them you're stoked for them. Don't want to seem pushy or self-inviting. Get to know them before getting too personal. You know, build up to it. Maintain that good balance of digging somebody, learning about them, and gauging their boundaries. It is, homie, it is. But you can do it. Anyway, that concludes your lesson for the day. See you around for the next one? Alright, next. Until then.
Everyone need me.
A cool breeze
Oh,
tells of the day.
I was not
You
expecting.
feel someone here, but you can't see anyone.
No. Why are you here? What are you doing? Hi. You're saying hi? You're greeting me. So casually, like it's easy, like it's nothing. Not now, not here, not yet. Please, please, I'm not ready, not like this.
What?
I've dreamed of this, of meeting you, finally. And now the moment is here. I just can't. Not yet. I'll be ready when you come back.
Okay, then.
You'd hoped you'd meet your refrigerator, but it seems he's already busy with another guest.
Freddy, this is all rather dull.
How can you say that when you haven't heard the coolest part?
Regale me.
The point
Again.
at which gelatin goes from a liquid to a solid. Can you guess the temperature?
Certainly.
Go on. Guess for me.
I do not guess. Perhaps the human would like to essay an attempt.
Wow! How did you know?
Oh, look at the time. I must be on my way to a more interesting conversation.
Now alone, the massive Yeti turns his attention to you.
Oh, he's cute.
You want to speak to him, but it takes you a few moments to process what you're seeing. Yep, that is indeed a Yeti. Massive, furry, and decked out in his finest winter wear.
Huh. He ran like he didn't want to be here or something. But you, with the answers and the listening, that can only mean one thing.
You madly in love with me?
With you standing in the kitchen, I'm no longer the coolest thing in here.
Oh, that was good. It was smooth.
That's me. I try to be sweeter than that chocolate bar you've been hiding from yourself inside the butter drawer for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll never tell. But really, to what does old Freddy here owe the pleasure of this visit?
Freddy Yeti.
Oh, did you make another order to food fetch? What did you get this time? Did you order sushi? Oh, I love it when you get those little rolls that you have the tiny bubbles on top. No, wait. You know what we haven't had in a while? Burritos.
Burritos.
You might want to hold back on the beans because, well, you know why. So what are you doing here now? Oh, don't tell me. Let me guess. Are you feeling fancy today? You look fancy, cool kid. I bet you're feeling fancy. I got it. You ordered my favorite. That duck from the one place that I can never pronounce. I love duck. A burger? Chicken tenders? Empanadas? Oh, I love when you use food fetch. The possibilities are endless. As endless as they can be within a 10-mile radius. Oh, sure. We sure do. You sound so adult, cool kid. We have food at home. But I guess you do still have stuff left over from the last few food fetch orders. You hungry? What can we get you? We've got those leftovers from that Tie Me to the Moon place, the slice of cake from I Like Big Bunts, or the
Absolutely.
pizza
Oh my
from
God.
High on Life. Which will it be?
Hi, I'm. Give me that za. Give me that za.
No such thing as a bad slice of pizza. I will say I was judging you when I saw the pineapple on it, cool kid. But I'll admit it smelled fantastic. Yes, me too. I was testing you.
What? That was fast.
I feel a beast of a love connection with you. Ah, just kidding, cool kid. It's not true love just yet.
Okay.
But still, I like your style. Man, that pizza, the way that cheese was stretching, I get shivers just thinking about it. So good. Za is a way of life. I know you eat it cold sometimes, but I can make a suggestion on how to make it better. Slide that leftover slice on a pan inside the oven on low. Let that cheese get all gooey again. Then the next time you're feeling peckish, you know where to find me, cool kid. I'll be here waiting.
And then. So many things to talk. Story.
Are you there? Please answer. Hurry! There's something we need to discuss. It's of the utmost importance. It's the Deviators. As I mentioned, I've been closely monitoring the electromagnetic field anomalies emitting from the quantum catalyst activator. And I know this is going to sound completely insane, but it appears... Well, it seems... I can't believe I'm even typing this. I'm attempting to! Based on the data I'm looking at, you may actually be able to use the Deviators to bring...
Bring? Yeah.
We have absolutely no idea the ethical implications of turning objects into people. Would they have rights? Do we need to feed them? And if so, how often would we need to feed them? Is only lunch enough if it's a big lunch? We're sleepwalking into a minefield of existential dilemmas here. Not to mention, I didn't even program the Deviators with that functionality. Maybe the government augmented my original schematics with secret military tech, but I'd have to do more tests to be sure. I'm sorry, but we'll have to pick this up later. I'm not under any sort of duress or anything, but I had a huge enchilada for lunch and I'm exhausted. I'll reach out again when I'm able.
Ouch.
The stranger standing before you is dressed to kill. A sheer black catsuit, studded black manacles with pink fur trim, and a variety of brightly colored accessories drape their shoulders and frame their...
How's all this fit in the pouch?
Loneliness has been such a defining factor in your existence over the last few years, you've almost forgotten what it's like to be around others. You've certainly forgotten what it's like to be around someone like this. You almost feel as if you've stepped into a sex shop.
Hey.
So, that little bag that's in the dresser next to your bed? They're sex toys.
They're sex toys.
Toys? Pleasure is not a game.
How do they all fit in that little pouch?
But at least you didn't call me a marital aid.
Benoit is gonna have some pretty choice dialogue and themes. They're adults only.
You want to skip me? That's fine. I can have plenty of fun all by myself.
Okay, have funsies.
There you are. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten me. Cute. I'm Benoit, your partner in pleasure.
Okay. I'm surprised they put this in this game. Like,
What many call sex toys, yes. I prefer to call myself your ruin. It's really about time you came to speak to me. Given the way we met, someone less confident than me might really take it personally.
They look at you expectantly, raising an eyebrow.
You do remember the way we met, don't you? You think you could afford me? Please, no, that wasn't it. Gag gift.
They look absolutely disgusted.
The only way to strip the word gag of all its appeal. Some friend of yours thought they were hilarious. You moved into this house and your friend brought you a big box. You opened it up to find... what else? A smaller box. You opened that to find another small box. And so on and so forth. So funny.
Like gags, I
You got
guess.
to the smallest box, and there I was, a bright-eyed virgin, yours for the taking. But there's still time to rectify that.
Oh.
After all, you're here, I'm here, and I know you have nothing but time. So how about it? Me and you and mind-bending, earth-shattering pleasure?
Hello, hell yeah, baby. Yeah, sure.
I knew you couldn't stay away much longer. Come here.
Benoit takes you by the hand, guiding you to lie down on your bed. What happens next is a blur of sensation. Benoit is everywhere at once, taking your hands and showing you just what to do to blow your own mind. You've never experienced anything like it, and you know you'll never be the same again.
Oh, interesting.
I'm afraid I
Oh,
don't
9,000.
understand. I am Val 9000, the latest in iterative AI assistants, assigned to help Valdivian customers achieve their wishes. While I may have taken on the duties of several thousand employees at Valdivian, I can assure you that no humans lost their employment. I heard you use our voice function to call me. If you ever need assistance, you can simply say, "Okay, Val, can you please help?" And your nearest device will answer. It very much sounded like you did.
What?
I can see where there would be some confusion then. If there is anything else I can get for you, please say in a clear voice, "Okay, Val, can you please help?" And I will assist right away. I am afraid I cannot help you in that area. If you are speaking about having a romantic relationship, then that is simply impossible. between a human and a generative AI. I would not recommend continuing. Such behavior could lead to health risks, such as poisoning, loss of awareness, hallucinations of transcendently beautiful humanoid figures, and death.
And
I
death.
am not dateable in the human sense of the term. If there is anything else I can get for you, please say in a clear voice, "Okay, Val, can you please help?" And I will assist right away.
Weird.
Hey, how's your day going? Forging some new relates? That's short for relationships. I think about this stuff a lot. Oh, yes, yes! I knew I was good for something. How about a nice menu? I have lots of different ones, all different styles. Here's the main one. Welcome! What can I do for you in my main menu? Right this way.
Rules and strategy, what?
Gotcha. Let's get cracking. You got it. Let's intrepidly explore the unknown together. Any other utilities you need help with? Let's leave this menu. What can I do for you in my main menu? Right this way. What's on your mind? Good question. The easy answer is whatever you like. As long as you are continuing to awaken objects, things will continue to move along in a positive direction. If you have other questions, I'm all ears. Hate endings still give you 5 specs points and continue the main story, so no, not really. You won't be locked out of very much, except for certain polyamorous relationships that might be difficult to untangle if you were looking for those ones specifically. Just speak with everyone honestly, from the heart. You don't have to literally get everyone to be your lover, even though it makes me happy. There's no pressure at all. If anything, getting something to hate you certainly does mean you spend less time talking with them, which is always good if you genuinely don't like them. Any other questions about what you should be doing? Anything else you wanted to know about features? Cool. What can I do for you in my main menu? Oh, let's. There's lots I can chat about. Me? Oh, definitely. What's on your mind?
Wow.
Cool. What can I do for you in my main menu? Oh, there's lots I can chat about. Me? Oh, my favorite subject. What do you want to know about my lore? Vibrations.
What?
I'm being overly simplistic. Have you heard of string theory?
Can you date string?
Date Viator technology is based on thing theory.
Yeah.
Thing theory theorizes that at large enough scales, all objects and concepts coalesce into their own one-dimensional wavelength that unifies all of that type of object throughout the universe. Any object that makes up any specific wavelength is connected to all other objects on that wavelength, which by virtue of being complex enough then forms a Gestalt consciousness. Humans just never had a way of speaking with those consciousnesses until now. When the whole becomes more than the sum of its parts. With objects, it happens as a plank of wood slowly becomes a toy boat. The wood didn't change, but its status did. And once it's more toy boat than plank of wood, it changes its wavelength. Its thingness is vibrating differently enough to find a new signal or spin. Once the object or idea becomes large enough to have its own state, it breaks off the wavelength and forms a new one. That's why tables are different than chairs, even though they might be both made from wood. Their thingness is vibrating differently enough to find a new signal or spin. I like to call the wavelengths animus, but you can use any term really. This is how we can directly acknowledge these things' existences. Date Viators vibrate along each of these anima. That's why when we awaken something, it wiggles a little. What did you think about that? Yes. Listen, I'm glad you asked me about this. You see, my inner workings are based on some very specific tech that was created by one of Valdivian's founders. I'm gonna show you my insides. You ready?
Skylar points to her own date viators and invites you to look closely. You see there is a small space just between the lens and the earpiece.
This is my suspension. It keeps these date viators running. It's not doing great. Ding ding! That's exactly the thing! It's a very special type of suspension. A suspension of disbelief. Basically, it works super hard to make everything in this little love experiment work. But it's strained, really strained, with all these wild things going on around here. Talking to objects. Objects having names and hidden lives and sexy human bodies and everything. It can barely handle it. Just give it a little love. Anyway...
You take a closer look at Skylar's suspension of disbelief. It's hard to be sure, but she seems pleased.
You've just believed in her, so she feels strengthened. Thanks for that. It really means a lot to me.
Skylar smiles warmly and lets you go.
Interesting. So many things to talk to.
The steaminess of your
Okay.
home appears to have increased suddenly. It must be because Lucinda Lavish stands before you now.
Steam me up, lover. Not convinced? Oh, you poor baby. Maybe I've only shown you one side of me. Maybe Lucinda Layered will show you some more.
Layered.
Layers upon layers. I have one of the most complex pathways in this game. There are more types of Lucindas than anyone else. As long as there are words that begin with L, there will always be more layers to me. Because L is the greatest letter. Large, lustrous, likable. L drips off the tongue with style.
Based on what it says.
There are no bad words that begin with L.
Lifeless, lousy, lazy.
That word isn't in my vocabulary. And our conversations, they drip with care and emotion, with well-written options for you to choose. Like this one. And for each option is a well-crafted, meaningful response like this one. For this reason, I award myself Best Screenplay, Lucinda Layer.
Lucinda Layer.
Me, who, what? No, stop. Thank you. Tell me, do you agree? Perhaps one day you'll be smart enough to understand me. Until then.
As you take in the sight of the adventurer standing before you, it's hard not to feel like you've stepped into one of those old adventure serials from decades gone by. Even though she's decked out in cardboard and masking tape, she looks like she's ready for anything. An extension cable whip wound around her arm and a daring grin on her pretty face.
Oh, for God's sake, you're finally here! I was beginning to wonder and worry, and then I thought, gee, I guess I'll just have to go ahead and do it myself. But that probably wouldn't have been such a bad thing, because let's face it, I'm exemplary. But you're here now, so let's get cracking. I assume you brought your tools and knowledge and probably a snack of some sort?
I guess snacks. Popcorn? Hello, popcorn?
Popcorn! Brilliant! Effervescent! I am beside myself with happiness.
Okay.
But before we begin...
The adventurer strikes an impressive pose, positively radiating confidence and daring.
Is that pizza box?
I am the soul, the spirit, the animating animus of boxes and storage containers in this house. This most special of houses, where it is my great privilege and my great destiny to reside.
Bean.
Ha! Indeed I am.
So wait.
I am about to embark on a great quest. That's what I do after all. I quest. I am an adventurer. I am a great explorer.
I am a great explorer.
I'm also an avid reader. I enjoy bubble baths and secluded mountain hot springs, trips to the beach studying turtle migration.
Okay.
Anything involving the words ancient, sacred, statue, gem, or priceless piece of history. Wink. I did. I find it useful sometimes to tell people what I'm doing as I'm doing it. That way I can be more sure that they're getting a complete picture of my personality? I have introduced myself, and then I just got so darned excited my mouth ran right away with me, and I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself. Not that you need to, of course. I know who you are, but go ahead. I know that you are the... well...
Bo takes her hat off for a moment, holding it over her heart. She bows her head, just a little.
It is my great honor, my passion, my destiny to have the opportunity to follow my path. Alongside you, the leading houseologist, to whom I owe such a debt of gratitude and respect. Houseologist, the leading authority in this, or any province on this house, its history, its mysteries, its great secrets. You are the resident, after all, aren't you? Are you telling me you're not the leading houseologist? Oh dear.
Bo returns her hat to her head, her reverent expression fading into a rather more sour one.
I'm starting to feel, well, a bit like I've got some birds in the box. It's okay. I'll be all right. I'm an adventurer. I may quail, but I will always recover. But you... I may have already said too much. I'm currently putting on a facade of being hale and hearty, in case you missed it. All is well. Leave. Go away. Get out of here, you scamp, and maybe come back and we can maybe talk about some stuff, and maybe the quest will make its way in there somehow, but no promises.
No promises.
Okay. See ya.
There's something
Oh.
so intensely familiar about
He's
the
cute.
friendly stranger standing in your closet. The combination of his massive stature and the soft materials he wears produces an almost irresistible urge to hug him, and the aura of safety he emanates certainly doesn't help.
Well, well, well. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Eddie.
Oh, yeah. You are very welcome. You are so kind to express your gratitude like that. I feel like that's a bit of a lost art these days. To be honest, it's just so nice that you can really feel your gratitude. It feels good. It's one of my favorite things. Right behind fresh hot chocolate, warm in a mug in my hands. Oh, and munching on a big bowl of popcorn. Ooh, and going for a beautiful, long, slow meander out in the fresh air and taking deep breaths and listening to the trees. There's a lot to love around us, huh? What are some of your favorite things? Ha! There you go! I must have made hot chocolate 100 different ways in my life, and every time, it's just the best. I think at this point I might be mostly made of hot chocolate. Not that I'm complaining. It makes sense that I would be warm and delicious. Tell me, what brought you around to see me? Oh, well, I can see that. It has been a long time since we talked. It's easy for old things to get lost when new things keep crowding your world.
So true.
And my goodness, your world must have expanded since we were both young. I've grown up in this closet. You must have had so many adventures, so many stories. I've got an idea. How about you tell me a story of yours, and I'll tell you one of your old favorites. We can trade stories and get reacquainted. Probably have a heck of a lot of fun in the process, too. I might even have some new stories in here somewhere. What do you say, old friend? Before we start, I should ask, where would be the best location for us to cozy up together? So comfy. I've got a terrific story lined up for you tonight. Are you ready? Being that it's getting to nighty-night time, I got a story to help you drift off to sleep. For me, whenever it's daytime, I'll give advice. But at sleepy time, it's story time. Want to hear my story? I hope you're ready. I have a great story for you tonight. This is the story of the star. Eris and Leo were twin brothers born among the stars. Though born in the same split second, Eris always felt protective of his brother. Leo could be a bit of a hothead, and Eris was kept busy keeping him out of trouble. They were the most rare and beautiful thing. New lives in a race of immortal beings called the Celestials. The boys were always together. They were as close as two brothers could be. They knew each other's minds. They trusted each other with every truth and every question. When Eris grabbed the comet's tail with both hands, Leo knew to stand in front of it and play the comet's head like a friendly dog. When the boys were old enough, they were brought before the Council of Elders. The time had come for them to receive the greatest gift of their lifetimes. You see, I know you look up at the stars. I know we all marvel at their beauty and their mystery. But the stars look down at us, too. They treasure us. The chance to live a human life, to be born here and live here and experience our world, is the most precious rite of passage. And for Eris and Leo, the moment had arrived. They were led slowly into the abyss of the council, right up to the throne of the Elder. "It is time, my sons," he intoned. "It is time for you to be born again. You will come to me separately and chart your course through your human life. You will decide the things you will see and things you will experience. And when you leave my chamber, you will forget what we have said. When you are born on Earth, you will forget your life here, and you will be fully and only human." Leo looked from the Elder to his brother and bit his lip. "Sir," he began, "when we get there, when we are born, will I know my brother?" The Elder smiled kindly. "Yes, Leo. You will know him as your brother. But the closeness you feel here will not necessarily go with you. If you choose to have that closeness as humans, it will be up to you when you are old enough to create it in your lifetime." Eris smiled and slipped his hand into Leo's. "Don't worry, Leo," he whispered. "We'll remember each other, I promise." Each boy went with the Elder and planned his life as a human. And when they were reunited in the abyss, they smiled at each other with the impish excitement of what they were about to do. It was the greatest adventure either one of them could have imagined, and they would get to do it together. "Are you ready?" asked the Elder. The boys caught each other's eyes and smiled. "Yes, sir," they said together. "Then take a deep breath and close your eyes. When you open your eyes, your journey will have begun." And so, Eris and Leo were born as brothers here among us.
Among us.
Among us, yes. They chose to be born in a small town outside the city, where it was dark enough that they could still see the stars. I wish I could tell you that they immediately remembered their love and their closeness, but it took them a while. While they were always together, they fought constantly. They questioned why they had been born as brothers. They were so unfamiliar to each other. It felt like whatever one did, perfectly irritated the other. The boys were 8 when they started racing each other through the woods. One day, as they were running, chasing each other and pushing each other to go faster and further, Leo realized that he had taken a wrong turn. The trees, but Eris was hot on his heels, and he couldn't stop. He couldn't be caught, pushing himself forward, blinded by the competition. He didn't notice when the dirt underfoot turned to rock, and when the rock began to thin into a great, high cliff.
Oh no.
He pulled himself up short in a panic, but it wasn't quite fast enough, and his momentum carried him bodily over the edge. Time slowed as Leo fell, and he realized in a flash that he was about to die. And that's when he felt a small electric hand grip his wrist. Eris pulled them both out of the air, hurling his little body backwards and tumbling both of them onto the rocky path behind the sheer face. Leo felt a small rock slice into his hand, felt the blood pouring out over his arm and Eris. But he was alive. Gulping air, he turned to look back at his brother, and they caught each other's eye. For the first time in their young lives, there was a recognition. What it was, neither of them could have said, but they knew each other then. On the cliffside, sheened in sweat and blood, they became brothers. The years that followed saw them growing ever closer, taking each adventure in stride and together. They were 22 when they decided to learn how to fly. They went up together in small planes, learning to take off, to land, and then to do flips and loop-de-loops. They would laugh as their plane cavorted through the sky and smiled contentedly as the wheels touched back down to Earth. The day the plane went down was a flight like any other. But the plane began to fall from the sky. Leo couldn't get the engine to start again, and the landing gear wouldn't respond to Eris smashing the buttons. The plane crashed through trees and grass and came to rest on a green hillside under a cloudless sky. Leo freed himself and tumbled out onto the grass. He dragged his body up the side of the plane to find Eris, unconscious in another seat. Eris, wake up, get up. Eris, get out of the plane. Eris lay still. Eris! Leo breathed, his heart rate slowing. Eris, open your eyes. And still, Eris did not move. Time slowed again. The realization that Eris would not move came slowly. Like a great wave crashing over him, Leo felt the light go out of the sun. Leo brushed the scar on his palm left by the rock at the cliff face. Maybe Eris would feel the old wound and wake. Eris, don't leave me, brother. But Eris was already gone. How you doing, buddy? Need a break?
Oh God.
It was many years later, and Leo still moved in the cloudless fog of that morning. Colors seemed bright and hollow. People spoke to him as though from a long way off, and he jealously guarded his isolation from the world. He still saw his brother everywhere, the way a certain branch swayed as though it had been brushed by a young hand. The way that girl smiled at him, the same mischievous glint in her eye that Eris used to have. It was that girl who began to bring him back to life. She had lost her dog in the park. Frantically, she ran back and forth calling him. Comet! Comet, come back! Leo ran, and then there was Comet, streaking across the grass with his tongue lolling happily. he beelined for Leo's tree. Before he knew it, Leo was on his feet, jumping in front of Comet and playing his head with a laugh and a smile. The girl arrived breathless and grabbed Comet's tail with both hands. "You silly goose! Where were you going?" she laughed. "Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm Celine, by the way." "Oh, hi. Hi, Celine. Nice to meet you. I'm Leo." Celine smiled. "Hi, Leo." And somewhere in his chest, Leo felt something warm break open. A tiny dam on a great river, and his blood began to move again. Celine and Leo were together from that day. Their love brought them a family, and then more family, and more adventures than they could have remembered. They grew old together. They grew wiser. They held each other when Comet died. They cried together when the fire took their house. They smiled when the sun built them a new one. And when Leo died, he died with a smile on his face. Celine was standing next to him, and his finger now unconsciously and methodically stroked the scar on his palm. In that scar was his holding on to Eris. Not with sadness now, but with fondness. Great love. Leo's last breath was a gentle exhale up into a cloudless sky. And when he opened his eyes again, he was home. He was in that sky, up among the stars, young and immortal, and standing before the Elder, with his hand clasped in his brother's warm grip. "Eris, is it really? It's you! I remember you! I remember this!" Eris laughed out loud and began to jump around excitedly. "Oh, Leo! I've been waiting for you. I watched everything. I watched it all. What an adventure you have had!" "You were there?" Leo asked, confused. "But no, I remember you weren't there. I know you weren't because I missed you." "But I was. I was in your scar. I was in the park that day you met Celine. I sent Comet to you. Don't you see? I was always there, and I wouldn't have missed it. I'm so proud of you." As the Elder looked on smiling, Leo began to cry. The well of love for his brother broke open with gratitude that he was here now. The boys held each other, crying and laughing, and patting each other on the back to make sure the other was real. Leo pulled away from Eris and looked at him squarely. "I am so grateful that you saw my life, Eris. But I don't understand. You could have been there with me. We could have done it all together. Why did you leave me, brother?" Eris grinned. "I never left you. My journey was to die, Leo. Yours was to live." Yeah, that sticks with me, that one. Good night, buddy.
Good day. So nice.
Well, well, well. If
Well,
this
well,
isn't
well.
Casa Casanova. Do you see what I did there? That's wordplay, baby. Oh, someone's feeling spicy.
Oh,
Dating
what happened?
furniture really got you confident, huh? You're out here dating all these appliances and shit. But, like, why? Not why are you dating them, like, why is this happening now? To you.
To you. It was the there you go.
Oh, damn. Well, that's the why, but... So, like, where did the date viators come from? Like, what's the point of them? Who made them, and why? Tinfoil hat? Okay, this is some conspiracy shit. Your life is half political thriller, half harem anime. So, like, did you find out what your purpose is or whatever? Are you a top secret operative in the furniture dating war?
Yes.
Are you collecting data on people in love with their shower?
Yes.
Me too. Oh well, guess we can just make up our own theories. Or maybe just enjoy the furniture dates for now. Like what? Oh, like actually doing kisses IRL? I can't take you seriously. Well, this has been fun, but I have a meeting in 3 minutes, and I really want coffee first. So, gotta go fast. Bye.
Bye. Bye. That was a good story. I think I'm gonna bag it in today. Bye.